Hey, welcome back to RamZland. Today I want to show you the beating heart of gallium. Check this out. All I'm using in this investigation is 18 molar sulfuric acid, my dish, some potassium dichromate, my dropper, and of course, gallium. Remember, gallium is a silvery soft metal. It has 31 protons. It's usually found in trace amounts in zinc ores. The first step is to add a small amount of gallium to a dish on my hot plate. It has a melting point of 29.7 degrees Celsius. At this point, you can see the gallium is almost completely melted. Remember, gallium is mostly used in electronic circuitry. The next step is to add a small amount of sulfuric acid to coat the gallium. At this point, the sulfuric acid and the gallium have combined its reactants to create the product gallium sulfate and, of course, hydrogen gas. And that gallium sulfate on the surface of the gallium actually causes it to beat up and to contract. So the oscillating beating heart of gallium happens every time I add a drop of potassium dichromate. It removes that layer of gallium sulfate and causes the gallium drop to expand. And then as it combines with the sulfuric acid, it makes gallium sulfate, and that causes it to constrict. And then the potassium dichromate removes that layer and it expands again in oscillations that look like a beating heart. So you have a couple of reactions going on here. At first, we had a single displacement reaction where we added gallium, that's the Ga, to the sulfuric acid, that's the H2SO4. Those are the reactants that create the product gallium sulfate, that's the Ga2SO4, and hydrogen gas, that's the H2 that was displaced. That was the first part of the reaction, and that's what created kind of that white film over the gallium that caused the surface tension to make the gallium contract, to make it kind of bead up. But then in the second part of the reaction, we introduced the potassium dichromate. That's the K2Cr2O7, and that removed that layer of gallium sulfate and created the products potassium sulfate, chromium sulfate, water, and of course, gallium sulfate. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time.